people don't want to think. Most, it's like there was a weird reaction to Joe Rogan's podcast. I mean, his special,
Right.
and it really let me know who the retards are.
Right. Right.
Like by people going, "This is dumb." It's like, oh, you can't digest what he's doing
Right.
because it's so incredibly smart, and like doing it live is so insane to me.
Right. Yeah, that is
It's
crazy.
such a incredibly impossible thing that he pulled off, you know? And it just let me know who's smart and who's stupid.
Right.
Oh, dude, this was the way, like, you can't comprehend it. Like, 80% of the population are normies who can't possibly digest multi layered shit.
Right.
Everything is just on one level, and that's it. They're all daytime television Ellen DeGeneres retards.
Yep.
Okay, like,
Yep.
oh, Ellen's dancing with the children. Ah, oh my God.
Yep.
Okay, I lost you guys again. Dang nabbit. Here we go.
No, oh
Yeah, you're
shoot,
good.
we still hear you, Sam.
Oh, we're back. Okay.
Yeah, we still hear
And then
you.
at the other 10% are the conformists.
Yeah.
The Hollywood
Yep.
corporate conformists who are like 5-year-olds should transition. They know what they want. Like the retards who have to just yell the loudest to the establishment so that they know that they're team players. That's 90% of your population. Right
Oh,
there.
dude, I know.
There's 10% that maybe can comprehend what is actually going on. The rebellion, the renegades
Yep.
who can actually talk about what is actually happening in the world.
Yep. Yeah. I believe in demons. I believe
100%.
I believe there's demons running this crazy ship right now. They've lost control. I'd hope they have, unless there's some crazier thing going on behind the scenes I don't yet understand. But demons are populating the earth, and they have been for quite some time. You said LA is crazy, and I know you travel a lot. Are there more demons in LA? Like, does LA seem as crazy and depraved as it because it can be a caricature to a lot of people, like, oh, LA is a crazy, hellhole. Is it like that, or is it just like that everywhere now?
What is presented isn't as crazy. It's just the people that blow up, you go, why?
Right.
Sometimes.
Right.
Like there's just funny things. There's just like
their
I
plants.
talk to people and nobody ever really engages me in it. But the Comedy Store before COVID was a cultural epicenter of both comedy and podcasting, meaning the biggest podcasters in the world, and the biggest comedians in the world. Sometimes they were the same people.
Right.
We're all there all the time.
Right.
So if we know that our intelligence agencies infiltrate all these different cultural movements, why weren't there some comedians or somebody there that were controlled opposition, working with the intelligence agencies to kind of figure out what was going on and manipulate things from the inside?
Right.
I have my feelings. I'm never going to get into it till much later on when
Drop
everyone's
names.
moved on.
Drop names, Sam.
My feelings on who they are, because they're currently right in the middle of another giant psyop, and it makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Because not that they're not funny and they're not hard workers, but you go, why are they where they are?
Dude, I totally agree.
It doesn't make any sense.
I totally agree. It's every institution, but the institutions that have the ability to subvert those institutions, like the big ones, like, the government, the CIA stuff, any news organization, you talk about rap being infiltrated, but then Laurel Canyon was infiltrated for the counterculture. Modern art was infiltrated, during the Cold War. Of course, comedy and independent news media, just like Mockingbird for the corporate press, was infiltrated. They want to have
100%.
someone inside to either nuke or discredit all these other people who are trying to do good. Clearly.
Well, it's also what we see right now, which is to have assets ready to pull a string to create a narrative
Yep.
that the government needs you to do. Like, this is a great example of all the people coming out for Kamala Harris right now. Like, somebody made a funny meme that I posted on Instagram of that blonde girl dancing while she's crying, and they're like, all of the celebrities coming out, all the celebrities on P. Diddy's list that have to
Interesting.
shill for Kamala Harris. She's like, Like that's really what's happening in real time right now.
Right. Like Leo DiCaprio and
Oh yeah, I mean,
Beyonce.
like, dude, talk about a hostage situation.
He looks
Oh,
rough.
I'm for I mean, but let's face it, both Kamala Harris and Leonardo DiCaprio both pull from the same, you know, demographic, which are retarded white 19-year-old girls. So, like, I could get it.
So true. And it looks like they're withholding Leo's adrenochrome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's just like,
They're just dangling it in front of him.
It's like dance, monkey, dance.
All right. Before we go, I was trying to on a higher, lighter note. I was very curious to hear more about what listening to Johnny Cash read the New Testament has been doing for you. I had no idea that was a thing, and now I'm listening to it.
Best.
It's amazing.
Have you listened to it before?
Yes. Just yesterday.
It's the best.
Just yesterday when I hit you up, I'm like, dude, I never knew this was a thing. It's amazing.
It's the best. It's so soothing. And I go through it with two of my friends, Giovanni Vuk and Logan Smith, and they just kind of break down what they've learned about this because they're much deeper into Christianity than me. And I just, it's like I was telling Rogan, it's like I never really read the Bible. And technically, listening to Johnny Cash, I'm not reading the Bible, but I've
Fair.
never sat. I mean, I was reading the Bible for a little while, and the Bible kind of makes me feel good. Like,
Oh yeah, me too.
The Old Testament, dude, it's like, wow. I mean, I thought I had some sexual demons and like the weird shit going on there. Like, I'm a choir boy
Yeah, dude.
compared
For
to what
sure.
they were pulling off back there. I shouldn't feel so
yeah.
bad about
Oh,
myself.
that's crazy stuff.
Do I visit Pornhub a little too much? Okay. Yeah, I'm not so bad. I'm not like banging my daughter back in the day. Like, what is going on with that? It's so
Dude,
disgusting.
Those
But
there's
anyways,
daughters
the
that got
point is
their
this.
dad drunk. It's crazy. But yeah.
The point is, it's like to actually hear what's in the Bible is so amazing, because it really, like, what you've heard and what is actually happening are two different. What you've been told and what actually happens in the Bible
Yeah.
are two totally different things.
Totally. Everyone's been misinterpreting it maybe on purpose and also just out of ignorance. But if you actually read the Bible, it's the best book. I take it as the best bit of journalism. I think it's the last time good journalism has been done. Both Old and New Testament.
And it's like so much cooler than people actually ever tell you. It's like it's almost like these churches purposely don't let you know about the good shit
Yes.
to make it drier and not like it is literally. It's literally like like Marvel Comics meets Game of Thrones.
Times 1,000 on steroids. It's got everything anyone wants. It's so good. And on top of all of the great imagery, the stories, there's just literal life lessons. I mean, if you want like love poems, in there. If you want war, in there. Monsters, in there. It's just the craziest. But listening to Johnny Cash.
I totally agree.
Johnny Cash reading the Bible is now my favorite thing. I'm so glad you mentioned it on Rogan because it was just like there the whole time. I never knew. I didn't realize he was so religious, towards the end of his life and all that stuff.
I am too, dude. I'm getting into that place.
It's good
where
too.
I'm like I like conspiracy always leads to spirituality every time.
That's what happened to
like
me.
what are they lying to me about? And it gets into God. Now, there's just people out there that even think religion is a psyop.
Of course.
And there's nothing you can do about that. I just everything is based on my intuition and my feel.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus seems authentic to me.
Yep.
And his teachings seem authentic to me.
Yep.
And the thing I love about Christianity is it's the only one of the Abrahamic religions that does not have a kind of a what's the word I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a rule where you could lie to other people if you have to.
Right.
There's nowhere in Christianity that does that.
There's no loopholes.
Both Judaism and Islam have that, and I'm not anti either of those things.
Oh, but they have loopholes under their own God.
That's what the word I was looking for. Loopholes.
Yeah.
Christianity doesn't have that.
No.
It's like be an honest person to the best of your ability.
Yep.
And that's why it really resonates with me.
Yep. Yeah. God became it was like Rick Rubin-ish, with the New Testament. He just simplified everything with Christ. And it was just like, it's very easy. Don't do this, be good. and that's it. There's no loopholes. You know, I lived in communities. There was like I lived in Brooklyn under a Hasidic community when I first saw the thing they make. They like have a thing for the Sabbath where they can walk inside to still do work on the Sabbath. I'm like, wow, that's a very interesting situation. I didn't know you could try to trick God. But
it's so crazy to me
it's wild.
that people think they can trick God. It's
not
so
happening.
crazy to me.
It's not happening. But it was the same thing that happened to me, you know, with conspiracies. It was. I remember the day it was. I was an atheist forever, and it was actually the day that the Epstein news broke. It was a beautiful blue sky in New York, and I was like, man, this is actual evil. This is like the worst evil. And I obviously knew about evil throughout my whole life, whether personal, you know, local evil in my own life or national, you know, evil, international evil. But that just registered with me as like, this is crazy evil. And if that kind of evil exists, there's got to be the balance of good. And then that was like my pathway back into believing in God. And it was just, you know, I see that balance in life. There's good and there's evil. It's that simple in life. It's just good and evil.
Listen, the fact that these politicians and these entertainers all worship Moloch and these Zoroastrianism pagan gods proves to me there is a God.
100%. 100%.
That's what's me. It's just the duality of life, men, women, good, evil. Okay, it's the duality of life. There is a God, and falling angels are waging war against God's greatest creation. That's
right.
My humble opinion.
That's right. Well, that's a great place to end it. Sam, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. I'm so grateful you took the time to talk to us. I'm so proud of everything you're doing. You had such a great week. It meant a lot that you spent Sunday night with us. People can find your new special at samtripoli.com, right? And it's on
samtripoli.com, my X or twitter.com/samtripoli, on Rumble /quiet, any of that stuff. Go check it out. I hope people enjoy it. The feedback has been pretty fucking crazy, positive, and I'm very blessed. So thank you. And awesome. I love being on your guys' show. Hope I didn't say anything too weird, and blessings. Thank you.
Thanks, man. You're great. You're the best. Have a good one, dude.
Take care.
Thank you, guys.
Later, man. Oh man, he's the best.
I
love talking to him. I hope everyone enjoyed that. It's great. I remember seeing him at the Comedy Store a few years ago in LA, and he's like, "Come through, we'll have fun." And then it was Eddie Bravo just all of a sudden appeared on stage and just crushed. It was such a good show, and it's crazy that I've been introduced to him so long ago.
Yeah.
And seeing him just kill it.
It sounds like he's been talking about this stuff for a long time.
Oh yeah. This is his name. His show is called Tinfoil Hat for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, like this,
I was gonna wear mine tonight, but
you should have. I actually have one. I should have brought it, but yeah, that's great. I hope everyone checks out his new special. It's a lot of fun.